Hello, my name is Sarah Stites, and I will be talking about a practical approach to language acquisition, specifically in an elementary school classroom. I look forward to teaching the 5th grade, so pardon many of my examples and references which pertain specifically to that group. So first, let's talk about what language acquisition is. It is the study of how language works, how it is used, acquired, how it changes over time, and is represented in the brain. It can be broken down into 5 categories: phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. Phonetics is the articulation and perception of speech sounds, so basically it is how our mouth moves when we are making different sounds. Phonology is the patterning of speech sounds. This is the sounds that letters make in different situations. Like the word Mercedes has 3 E's in it, and each one makes a different sound. Mercedes. Morphology is about word formation. This is a broad topic that talks about prefixes, suffixes, making words plural, past tense, future tense, and so on. Morphology is about taking one word and making it mean something else or something similar based on whatever letters we add to the word. Syntax is about sentence formation, the way we use verbs, adjectives, nouns, and more in sentences in the correct order of the words. Lastly, semantics is about the interpretation of words and sentences. I can write R-E-A-D on a board and ask you to say the word, but is it read or read? You would need more context to interpret the word. That sounds very important to understand, but why should we incorporate it in an elementary school classroom? There are critical periods for learning all sorts of information, which is why state standards are put in place to help achieve these milestones in speech at the appropriate time. The bulk of language is acquired between 18 months and 3 to 4 years of age. Children before school age are picking up on what the adults around them are saying, but they aren't necessarily applying it properly. School-age children are taught how to perfect what linguistics they already use, and are primarily learning about the basic necessities to the English language. Some of the standards for children in the 5th grade are to be able to read and understand a dictionary. This includes the phonetic spelling and how to find these in a dictionary. They need to be able to sound out words, understand how to break words down to help them understand and pronounce them, understand words based on context clues, and be able to form proper sentences. Does this mean that as long as teachers are meeting standards that they are teaching language acquisition? The answer to that is no. Language use is not language acquisition. Just because a child knows how to speak does not mean that they understand what or why they are saying what they are. Students can use a word without knowing what it means the same way a toddler can demand milk and cry when they get it because they meant juice, but the only term they knew for a drink is milk. This is a child's way of using assimilation and accommodation. In short, assimilation is the ability to learn a new concept that applies similarly to something else that you already know, whereas accommodation is an entirely new concept that needs its own set of characteristics. There are many great examples of what this means in the book Educational Psychology by Anita Woolfolk, which I highly recommend to any prospective elementary school teachers. Students need to understand the entire inner workings of language so they can apply it to their future. So how do we teach this sort of well-rounded thinking? There are many pedagogical approaches depending on how deep a teacher is willing and able to delve into the concept. These concepts are not necessarily for a 5th grade level, but can be applied to in many grade levels. A level 1 approach would be to label the materials around the classroom so students are exposed to the spelling of everyday words that they use. Level 2 would be to use the phonetic spelling in the labels to aid in the understanding of pronunciation. Lastly, a level 3 approach would be to provide multiple sources of analyzing words to gather meaning. The teacher I observed during my fieldwork provided an excellent example of what a level 3 approach to incorporating language acquisition would look like in her 5th grade classroom. Her practical approach to maximize students' language acquisition was through a Monday morning vocabulary game. To start, she writes a list of vocabulary words for the week on the board. She then gives the class points if they can work together to pronounce it properly, use it in a sentence, and if they can figure out the definition. It doesn't matter what order the students do it in. Many students knew the definition but couldn't use the words in a sentence, or vice versa, and it led to other students being able to decipher the meaning or a sentence in which it can make sense. Then the teacher would have the students go through a thesaurus and find synonyms and antonyms. During my first week or two of observing, I didn't see the correlation to our textbook until we reached chapters 5 and 6. Having the students pronounce it correctly was a fairly easy concept a lot of the time. However, there were some words that would be pronounced differently than they were trying. One word, for instance, was population, but children would say population, or ridicule was ridicule, intercept was intercept, and so on. Being able to use a word in a sentence required understanding of morphology and syntax. They needed to be able to alter the word for their sentence if it was plural, past tense, etc. Lastly, being able to use context clues to gather the meaning and finding synonyms and antonyms is a form of semantics. Overall, my field work was my inspiration for this topic because I do think that it's very important to teach language acquisition in the classroom, considering this is a critical time where they are more susceptible to understanding and retaining the information. In the end, I hope you found my presentation to be enjoyable and were able to see why it is important to teach elementary school children about linguistics, and were able to gather a few examples on how to do so.